Hey guys, it's Kimmy, and so I've come to do a tutorial for you guys to show you what I do on my regular basis for a full coverage of makeup. Since I've been asked my tips, I don't consider myself a makeup artist. However, I do know how to do a full coverage face in less than 15 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. So guys, I've been asked once again to do a video tutorial, and what I didn't put in this video is the fact that I use a primer to spray on my face first because my skin absorbs makeup. In this you'll see that I have outlined my eyebrows first with a brown eyeliner pencil, and I'm old school, so I use my hands a lot more than I use brushes. For me, they just work. People can use what they choose to, but as you can see in this tutorial, I outline my eyebrows first with the pencil to give it the shape that I want, and then I fill it in and use my fingers to blend. The blending process works better because it lays on my skin better than me using a brush, and then I just connect the front of the eyebrows in the shape that I want, which was box for this day. After I do my eyebrows and get the shape, then I go and I get a contour color or a concealer that's really light, and I use this as a highlight so that it can really show the shape of my brows. And first I just go underneath with an angle brush, and I decide to highlight underneath, and I highlight on the top of both eyebrows, and then I'll show you guys in a little bit how I blend it all together. So this is once again an angle brush, and I'm using concealer that's a little bit lighter than my skin so that it can show the highlight when I go to blend. The next step I use is a foundation. I like liquid foundation because it works better for me. So I don't spend a lot on makeup, guys. I just go get what works. And with it, I use a foundation brush because I feel like it gives you a better blend than just regularly putting it on or blotting it on with a sponge, or even with your hand. It just gives me a full coverage. So I use the foundation, and then I go to my different colors of concealer. Now I have an orange one that I'm putting on right now, and this is because I have a lot of dark spots that I want to hide underneath my makeup, and this orange for my skin is better than just putting on the complexion or the concealer that's a little bit lighter. And then I use the one that's a little bit lighter to highlight on top of the areas that I want, which are at my cheekbone, down the middle of my nose, the top of my forehead, my chin, and then the upper lip, and then also on the sides where I'm going to put the contrast of the darker color to show what's going on in my my bone structure. So right here I'm trying to struggle to open up this new concealer pen that I found at the store. This is my first time trying it out for this video to see if I like it or not. It's like a 3D contour pen, and on one side it's a darker color, on the other side is a lighter color. So what I do is go on the outer skirts of my face, and also my cheek line and my nose, to make my nose look more narrow. And this color really it wasn't dark enough for me to see the offset, so I went back to my old concealer, which is a little bit darker, and I just mixed those two together to give me that contour that I'm looking for, so it can separate itself from the highlights that I put on my face. As you guys will see in the video, I forgot to blend one part of my face, but that's okay. You guys get the picture. So then I take my little squeegee, I call it a squeegee, and I just add water to it because it seems like it blends better. I blend everything with this thing: my eyebrows, my highlights, underneath my eyes, on my cheeks, the sides of my face. And for me, it just works because, once again, I have this funny color skin, and my skin absorbs everything. So when I blend it like this, it still gives me the effect that I want without taking all of my makeup off or rubbing it in together. So one thing I have learned over time doing makeup, blending is essential. If you don't blend, you are going to look like a clown. You want to make sure that you blend as much as possible, so the areas that need to be highlighted are highlighted, and the areas that need to be contoured are contoured. And I just keep adding water as I need. I don't drench it in water. I just add a little bit of water to the tip and just blend out. So then I go to doing my eyes. My eyes are naturally dark anyway. So what I use is a brown as a foundation color to just blend in with the darkness that my eyes already have. That lifts it up for me just a little bit. And not to include that my eyes are dark, they're also small. So this gives the opening effect that I'm looking for, because then I can use a lighter color on my eyelids that will open up my eyes. And I know you're trying to figure out, like, well, how is she going to do that on top of this brown? Well, you'll see that same contour pen that I bought that had the highlight on one side and dark on the other side, I'm going to use on my lids. And this is what I'm going to lay the color on top of, so that my color will begin to pop. I love this technique because it holds my eyeshadow on whenever I'm putting it on my eyes, and it doesn't look bad when it's blended with the brown in the first place. So as you guys can see, that's exactly what I did. I took that contour and now I'm laying my gold and I'm patting it on. I'm patting it on instead of smearing it, because when you pat it on, the layers are a lot I think it just makes the color look a lot better when you pat it versus me trying to blend it. My eyes are too small, so I really don't have a crease. That brown and the gold kind of create that crease. The next thing I do, because my lashes are also very light, I have a mega volume type of mascara, and I put it on because that's when you can see my lashes. For those people who have struggles with having that color skin that matches your hair, that matches your eyebrows, then you kind of understand what's going on with me. So I put on my mascara. Sometimes I do use false lashes, but for this tutorial I didn't. And then I do the liquid liner. Now let me tell you guys about this liquid liner. I love it. I used to be afraid to put it on my eyes, even though I've been doing makeup like since middle school. Seriously, I was afraid. I was afraid to put it on because I was like, what if it runs? I don't want to look like Dracula, you know, I don't want to look like a witch. But the more I began to use it, the more I loved it more over the actual black liner pencil. So what you're seeing here for my eyes, it looks better when I do a thick layer of eyeliner and when it's black, because it really gives my eyes the shape that I'm really looking for, which is more like a geisha, I guess, type of shape. But overall it's good. And then on the side of my eyes I can do the wingtip. That kind of works for the shape of my eyes as well, because it widens my eyes open a little bit more. So I really love this black liner. And like I told you guys, I don't spend a lot of money on makeup. I'll go to the dollar store and pick up things. I'll go to the hair supply and pick up things. I'll go in Family Dollar and pick up things. It really doesn't matter to me. Now that I've gotten that done, as you guys can see, I still have that brown streak on the side of my face. That's because I didn't blend all the way down. I was just trying to do this and it was late at night. So here I am. I have this lip gloss that's like a nude color lip gloss. That is a day look finished right there. And what I did was just outline that with a brown eyeliner pencil, and then that gave me my day look. But because I was doing it for this tutorial, I wanted to show you guys how to take a day look and make it a night look. And it's all about a simple pop of color. Here I have this matte kind of lipstick, which is more like a wine burgundy color, and I just laid that on top of the gloss because it's matte. You know, matte normally dries very dry, but with the gloss it gave it a pop. Then I just went and grabbed some bronzer and took another blush brush, which is the one that I use for my bronzer, and highlighted my cheekbones, my nose, and my T-zone. And after all, once that is done, I think I just went back in and just added a little bit of setting spray to set my makeup on my face to make sure that it stays the way that it is, so that it will, you know, during the day my skin won't eat it up as much. And then I think I went back and I added some glittered gold to my eyeliner, and this is the finished effect. Hope you guys enjoyed.